Hey guys, so I'm back. I thought I would bring yous a little meal prep ideas, meal prep with me today, because I have started back my diet yesterday. I've decided that I've had enough. I tried to lose a bit of baby weight last year and then I just got stuck in a cycle. You need now? Yeah, so I got stuck in a bit of a cycle. I'm going to put you down for a minute actually. Yeah, so I got stuck in a little bit of a cycle last year of dieting, not dieting, dieting, not dieting. And I really need to get myself back on track, because before I fell pregnant with Frankie, I actually was doing really well with my weight loss and I was really getting like knocking back to what I was before. And then obviously I fell pregnant, and you gain weight when you're pregnant, you're not meant to diet when you're pregnant. I tried to eat as best I could when I was pregnant, but obviously cravings and stuff took over, and yeah, so it didn't really work that way. I gained quite a bit of weight near the end of the pregnancy through the preeclampsia, so I ended up really swollen. It wasn't really so much like weight, it was more water weight. And then that kind of like fell off, which is great. And then I lost a bit of weight at the beginning of having Frankie, and I kind of went back down to what I was just before I had her, which was great, because I thought, great, I'll get back on track. And I was doing fine, and then I kind of went through a bit of a dark spell of feeling really crap and rubbish and a bit depressed and stuff like that, and I just tried to like find ways to get back into it, and I didn't, and I ended up putting some weight back on. So I've decided that I'm going to do a video that is basically following along on my weight loss journey. I've started it already. I started the diet again yesterday. It's not even a diet, it's just healthy eating. I think this is what I need to remind myself. This isn't a diet, it's just me just properly eating like how I should be eating, like clean, healthy, properly making meals, not just shoving things in the freezer. And I need to get myself back on track of that. So what I've done is I started back yesterday. I made like a meal prep for yesterday and tonight and probably tomorrow. But I thought I would make some more bits and pieces, and I would just kind of show you what I'm cooking and what I'm going to be having for like dinners and lunches and things, just so you can see like what kind of things I'm going to be eating to try and lose the weight. I've cut back. I'm not going to have any chocolate. I'm going to maybe have it like once a week. I'm going to allow myself like a treat day, so that I can allow myself some things that I wouldn't have had all week. When I was on Slimming World, I used to do that anyway, which is great, because I stuck to that really well, because I thought if I have it one day a week, I can look forward to that one day, like just one day. Yeah, I'm sick to the back teeth of going out my wardrobe, pulling out clothes and me just not being happy in what I'm wearing, and then looking online at clothes and never buying anything, because I'm just like, no, I'll look rubbish in that, like I won't feel great, oh it won't fit me like how it fits the model, blah blah, and really kind of defeating myself, like making myself feel even worse. So I thought, do you know what, I need to take a hold of this properly, and I need to actually get back on track. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get myself back on track. I'm going to cook everything properly from scratch. I know some of you will probably be watching this, it'll be like mums and stuff as well, and you'll know just how hard it is to like cook and stuff like that around having a newborn baby. Well, Frankie's not newborn anymore, she's almost 9 months, but to cook around having a baby is really hard, because their schedule, like you've got time frames where you can actually do things, like when she's napping or when she's like having a bit of playtime, but that time's not like that long. Like I find that you don't get like long periods of time, and some things can take like half an hour, 45 minutes to cook, and then if you're going to sit down and eat that afterwards, it's going to take another 20 minutes. So you're talking like just over an hour of time that we don't get, like we don't get as a mum, especially myself, because I'm on my own, and being a single mum is really hard at the best of times trying to fit things in, and I just feel that I need to prep a bit better. So if I can prep my meals and they're already made, it's just a case of heating up. That's my logic behind it anyway, so that's what we're going to try and do. So yeah, bear with me as I go along my weight loss journey, and hopefully I can get back down to what I was and feel more comfortable in myself and happier in myself. I'm not doing this for any other reason apart from how I feel in me, like it's for no one else. I want to be able to play with Frankie when she's a bit older and running around. I want to be able to feel fit and healthy and stuff again, and that I can lift her and not feel tired, and just general, like, what's the word, like, just generally happy. That's what I want to be. I want to be generally happy in myself so that I can kind of move on with life a bit better. My weight is affecting me. It's affecting my breathing really, really badly. My asthma has been awful, and I have noticed really how hard I struggle to get a breath sometimes. You might even notice it in the videos actually, like how hard, like I'm like trying to get a breath out of it. And I don't want to be like that. I just don't want to be like that anymore. So it's time to change it, and it's time to move on and get back to being me again. That's the goal anyway. So yeah, I thought meal prepping is the best thing to do while having a baby, because I don't really get the time to sit down and cook properly. At the minute, Frankie is up having a nap, but I think that is the camera that's clicking off on my phone, which means she's probably awake, but she's not crying. So unless she's having a wee cry, I'm going to leave it up there a little bit longer, and then when she starts her wee crying, I'll bring her down and put her in the high chair so she can kind of watch what's going on. I try and include her as much as I can when I'm cooking. Or when I'm making meals and things like that, because I think it's really important that she sees it, so that when she's old enough I could probably have her help and cook along with me, which would be great. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some meal prep. I used something yesterday, well I made food yesterday, so the cooker's not exactly like perfectly clean, but it's going to get dirty again anyway, so I'm not really bothered. Yeah, that is definitely the camera. I can actually see the little logo coming up on my phone. It's the camera. So at the minute it is 10:10. Obviously none of this food that I'm going to cook is for right now. It's for obviously the next couple of days. I think I'm going to make like a bolognese, because I love bolognese. Bolognese is my favourite. Pasta is my thing, and on Slimming World you can eat as much pasta as you want. So pasta's filling. It means that I would be eating something and I would feel full, and I wouldn't want to pick and eat different things and stuff like that as well. And that's what I need to sort. So I'm going to do that. I've also bought a whole chicken, and I'm going to put that in the oven while I'm cooking the other thing, because chicken's great just to kind of pick at. I usually like take it apart afterwards and put it in containers, and it's not just for me, but Frankie can eat it as well, so it means that there's fresh chicken there for me and Frankie to eat. So yesterday I went food shopping and got lots of healthy stuff in, so I'm just going to see what I've got and then just come up with some healthy ideas. It's literally just all fruit and veg. I'll show you just now. This is Frankie's very, very first painting. How exciting is that? So yeah, as you can see in the fridge, so here's one of the meal preps that I did yesterday. It's like a Cajun chicken pasta. But what I've got is I've got things like light cheese spread, because that's great for making that pasta. I've got kiwis, there's strawberries, blackberries, grapes, eggs. I love eggs. Frankie can't have eggs. We've just recently realised that she's allergic to them, so she can't have them just now. I really like the light mozzarella for things like my on-baked potatoes or in salads and stuff like that. I've got some pickles. There's lots of like ham and chicken and things, because Frankie likes to eat that. I have to buy her separate ham from me, because the ham I eat is like honey cured and she can't have anything with honey in it. So she's got, well not just now, not till she's 1. Green beans, I've got a set of mushrooms, there's spinach at the back, there's stir fry, salad. Soup mixes, that's what I need to make actually. I need to make up 2 pots of soup, and I'm going to freeze them so that I've got soups to have for lunches. There's the whole chicken. It's just a small chicken from Aldi's. Gherkins, because I love gherkins. I've got some chorizo. I really like Spanish chorizo. That was the ham from yesterday. There's chicken. I've got 5% less fat, yeah, the 5% fat meatballs, 5% fat mince, and I also have some fresh salmon as well, because I absolutely love salmon. Salmon's my favourite. In here we've got things like courgettes, tender stem broccoli, I've got Frankie's broccoli and cauliflower. We've also got some more in here that's like broccoli and carrots and cauliflower. And this one we've got peppers, carrots and onions. Over here I've got some halloumi, which I'm only going to treat myself to once a week because I've got more of it in there. I actually bought this before I went on the diet, and I know how fattening halloumi can be, so I'm only going to have it as like my treat, which I think I'm going to do on a Saturday. And it means I can enjoy a Saturday. This was all from bacon, so this is not stuff that I'm going to be using very often, but I keep it there for bacon. I've got some hummus, Again, that was cheese from before, but I probably will have to go out of date. I've bought some bourbon biscuits because I feel like if I need just like a wee chocolate fix, I can grab a bourbon biscuit. So that's what we're going to have. There's Frankie's dinner things from yesterday. I have my Cocoa original coconut milk. I've got light mayonnaise. I've got fat-free vinaigrette, and I've got beetroot. And that was old chocolate that was still sitting in the fridge. So again, I put it to the side. And if I want to have it on a Saturday, at least I've got a bit there to have. So I feel like if I take chocolate completely out of my diet, then it's pointless, because then I'll really crave it, and then I'll just I'll down loads of it. Whereas if I have just a little bit there, a little kind of taste of it is exactly what I need. What else I have, I don't know if you can see up here. We have got bananas, a little bit of kind of brown bread, and avocados for Frankie. I really don't eat avocados, but she does. We've got sweet potatoes and normal potatoes up there as well. I'm going to check on her. Actually, I think she's fine. I think she's maybe fell back asleep. I think she's fell back asleep because the camera's not been going off for 2 minutes. Oh no, she is awake. I lied. She's wriggling around the corner of the cot. Does anybody else's baby do this? Like, go up to the corner and like lie the opposite way around? Like, I don't understand why she does that, what she does. So we have a child. Hi Frankie. I've brought her like little jumperoo thing through so that she can just bounce about in here while I do some lunch prep, dinner prep, food prep. Hey Bubs. Yeah? Is that exciting? Is that exciting? So if you hear noises, it's probably her little thing going off while we're doing this. And my washing machine's on because I've got 2 sets of washing to do. Mum life. I've got a few things to tidy up today as well, but I'm going to do that later. This has got nothing to do with this vlog, so let's go. Right. What are you doing, Rocket? Make sure to do the mince. Okay, so I've got everything out. I'm going to make a bolognese sauce. I'm going to make 2 pots of soup, and I'm also going to put chicken in the oven. So that's what I'm going to pre-make already. That's her little thing. Yeah, that's what I'm going to pre-make already so that it's done, and that should do me the next like couple of days, and it'll do Frankie as well. I'm going to try her with some soup later. I've got these which are from Aldi's, and they're just like the soup mixes. This is a leek and potato one, and I've got this one here which is the vegetable soup mix. Again, these both will go out of date in the next 2 days if I don't cook them, so I'm going to cook them up and I'm going to freeze them. Because then if I freeze them, I can then heat them up in the microwave, which would be great, and then me and Frankie can have them for the next couple of days. Chicken, I'm going to roast it in the oven, and just let it cook away in time. This should all cook up quite nicely. I don't think I need to do anything fancy. I did have one from Asda's, and it was like a boil in the bag one, and then you cut it open to crisp it up, but you don't need to do it with this one. I just need to put it in the oven. So I'm going to put that in the oven, make some soup mixes up, and then we're going to start on the bolognese. Okay. Chicken's in the oven, so I'm going to set my Alexa so that she tells me when it is done. Alexa, set timer. An hour and 20 minutes. Okay, Alexa is started. Now it's on to soup. Woo! Okay, 2 pots, so 2 different parts of soup. Up here, probably not going to hear because this thing's on. Oh, yeah, so 2 pots because I'm making 2 different kinds of soup. I'll get my vegetable stock cubes out. I usually put 2 in each of the pots, just to kind of season a little bit more. Hey baby, is it fun? Is that good fun? Yeah. Okay, so salt and pepper. Yeah. Now this has got leek and potato in it, and onion, so I don't need to put onion in these. That's perfect. This is like the easiest thing to make in the world because they're already pre-cut, you don't need to do anything. We just need to add the water and pop this stuff in it and then leave it to cook, and it says it only takes 25 minutes each, so I'll set another reminder, but I think I'll put this one on my phone for 25 minutes because once they're cooked I've then got pots that I'm going to put them in. I'll show you. So I picked up these little pots from Morrison's and they hold 450ml in each of them. Now this says to put 850ml of water in, so these will hold maybe like one, but I do also have a ton of tubs as well, so I'm probably going to make some tubs up as well, but it's just I've got loads of things to be able to put things in, ready for prepping and putting them in the fridge, so that's what they'll be used for. Okay, I've got my little measuring jug, just so to make sure I'm putting enough in, or not too much even, because I do tend to just shove water in a pot half the time, but because this is all pre-cut I'd rather put the right amount in. Okay, so that's 850ml of water going into pot number 1, and then again 850ml of water to go into pot number 2. This one is the baked potato one. I'm going to pop that into pot numero 1. And then the vegetable soup mix I'm going to pop into pot number 2. Okay, so I'm going to let these cook away for the time that's meant to have. Okay, I'm going to give them a wee stir through as well. You got hiccups? Did you got hiccups? So as you can see, this is what mums have to live with. Yeah, this is how our mums have to deal with things, don't we? Children screaming in the background as we try and film and cook. Woo! You're having a great time. Is it fun having that here when mum does this, is it? Is it good fun? Okay, so soup's in, so soup's on. We're going to leave that to cook away for 25 minutes. I'm going to set a wee timer on my phone so I know when that's ready. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Okay, so that's my timer set for 25 minutes. What I do find as well is when you're cooking all this at the same time, it just gets it all done in one go. Like, you're not having to stress about doing one and then doing the other and it taking ages, but at least it gets it all done, out the way, and then Frankie and me can have some personal time together. Like, proper, like, one-on-one time together without me going, I still need to cook this, I still need to make that. So, makes everything easier for my life. Okay. Right, I'm going to put the light one in here because it's getting a bit dull. There must be a cloud coming over. This is just... Frankie's learnt how to do this squeal. It's not even like a scream, it's just a squeal. It sounds like a pterodactyl. Pterodactyl. So, all the ingredients and stuff here for making bolognese. Got my pan. I'm going to use... Okay, I'm going to use the Frylight garlic oil. Now this stuff is strong, like, where are we? This stuff is like super strong, like the smell you get off this. But it saves me adding like garlic granules in because it will already have a flavour of granules. It'll have a flavour of granules, a flavour of garlic in it. So we just coat the pan with this. And don't be scared with it because it's only a calorie, like a spray, and to be honest, like, who really cares? It's like low calories. Okay, so I've got my 5% lean mince, again from Aldi's. I do my shopping in Aldi's because it's super cheap. I can get like a ton of stuff for like half the price is what I would if I went to Asda's and stuff. But I do have to go to Asda's or Morrison's occasionally to get like the last little bits and pieces that I don't get in Aldi. Mince is going in here. I will preheat this little pan up. Mince. I just break it off a little bit because I find sometimes when you just shove it in as a like a big dunt, it ends up cooking as a clump. So I just separate it. Don't worry, I wash my hands, and I've washed it after touching the chicken too. So this is just to brown off my mince while I'm prepping all the veg and stuff, because obviously this takes a little bit longer to brown off, so we shall do that. Right, okay. And it's all separated. I haven't had bolognese in ages. That's what I'm saying about I've been really lazy when it comes to food. Does anybody else not use dish towels and only use kitchen roll to dry their hands? I've got like this fear of like dish towels harbouring like loads of dirt, and it just gives me the fear, so I just use kitchen roll. Okay, so we're going to turn that down to a lower heat. A little spatula thing for in this. Okay, again, salt, pepper, mixed herbs, and I'm also adding chilli flakes to this today because I like my bolognese to be a bit spicier. And I'm not caring what anybody says, you're meant to season your food. Alright, too many people have bland food and I don't do bland food. Okay, I've got my crushed chilli flakes. Again, I like mine spicy, so if it looks like I'm putting a ton in, I probably am putting a ton in. Woo! Is that great fun, baby? Yeah? I used the wee container that the mince came in to put all my rubbish in afterwards, so first things first is an onion because that takes a little bit of time to cook down, so I will cut up my onion. Okay, don't come at me with my cooking skills because I'm not a professional chef. I just make things how I taught myself to make it. Learn as you go, as I say. Give it a try, see if it works. If it doesn't, don't do it again. Okay, so just slicing through this onion. I leave the root on because if you leave the root on, you don't tend to get as watery eyes. The good thing is, once you've made this, you can have it cold as well. Like, so if you made the pasta already, you can already make like a pasta. But I'm not going to make my pasta just now. I'm going to leave this so I can heat this up afterwards. Close cut mushrooms. When I used to follow all the Slimming World stuff, I used to always pick loads of things that were going to be filling, but also things that were like good speed foods and stuff. So I always try and find like mushrooms and stuff supposedly is a speed food, and I always put mushrooms in everything. So is onions, so that's another speed food that I like to put in there. I've started putting courgettes in as well. It was my dad that actually started me on this. I hadn't done courgettes before, but my dad started me on the courgette thing, so that's what we're doing. We're doing courgettes. My aim as well is that I want to be a healthier eater because I want Frankie to be a good eater. I think if I'm eating it, then she'll eat it. Whereas, and especially because of her allergies and stuff as well, she's going to have to eat better because there's going to be a lot of processed things that she just can't have. So it's my main goal is to make sure that I'm back on track eating good, so that when she's up eating more of the stuff that I eat, that she'll eat it fine and I won't have any problems. Homemade cooked food, that's what I say. That's how I was brought up, so I definitely want Frankie to be brought up the exact same way. I think it's very important that she gets everything that she should get nutrient wise and stuff, so it's important I do as well. Okay, next up is tender stem broccoli. It's like my favourite thing in the world. I make it with everything. Just break off the trees as they call them, and pop them in it as well. I didn't used to put broccoli in my bolognese, but I found that because it's a speed, I'm better just adding it in anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's there. I don't use a lot of it in this because it's obviously not meant to go. Well, you don't have to have it in this, so but I'm trying to make a healthier version of bolognese. So that's pretty much it for the vegetable side that's in my bolognese, okay? And again, it's got all my speed stuff in it that I need. Next up though, I have got some, again, slam that cupboard again. So again, I put the garlic in with the tomato puree. I add this while it's cooking here and just let that cook away in the inside of this, just to give it a bit of flavour. Because if not, you get that bitter taste of the tomatoes from the puree if you don't cook it with it. Now, I didn't put my mixed herbs in here because I can't remember where I put them. I think I put them back in. Let's sprinkle a little bit of mixed herbs as well in there. We're getting there. It's starting to come together now. Doing this all in one go as well means that are you singing? Is that your singing, is it? Yeah, so cooking this all in one go means that you've got less washing up each day as well, because you're just going to have all the washing up in one go. Makes more sense. So at the minute, this is how it's looking. Alright, and then I've got my chopped tomatoes to add into this as well. Tomatoes from Aldi's. 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. Give that a good stir through so everything's mixed together. Right, once you have all of that mixed together, you're literally going to leave this to simmer on a low heat for like 30 minutes. So I'm going to leave that for 30 minutes to cook. I wonder how my soup's doing. Oh, it's looking lovely. So I'm going to get this all tidied away while that is cooking, because that's pretty much all the cooking done. I've got chicken in the oven. Mince cooking in here. I've got the 2 things of soup on, so again that's lunches and teas and whatever else over the next like 3-4 days is pretty much going to be sorted. I'm not going to have to worry about it. Next thing though is to clean up the mess, okay, so everything has to go away. Get that all tidied up first, get the kitchen and that all cleared up, change over my washings, and then I will come back to you with this stuff, okay? Did you think I disappeared? I just here. I was hiding in the fridge. This is what I meant about we don't get very much time, do we, darling? It's milky time. Is it milker time? Is it time for milks? So yeah, this is why we pre-cook stuff, okay? So I'm going to give this a quick stir. And Frankie's going to get her milk. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's the timer for the soup. So I actually just need to turn the soups off. Right, okay, Frankie, hands, we're going to get milk. Woo! What's this? What's that? This is why we don't get minutes to do anything, or we get screaming child because she's hungry all of a sudden. I know, it's coming. Is it milky time? Yeah. Are you hungry? Is Frankie hungry? Is Frankie hungry? Yeah, so this is why we have to pre-cook stuff, because if not, we don't get time to do it. So, one I'm making a bottle. Here we go, multitasking mother. Mocha mochas. Looking fabulous. No touchy. No touch, darlings. No touch. Ready for counting? We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay! Motherhood. Multitask. Cook, make bottle, hold baby. Stop crying. Hey. Leave stuff cooking. Here we go on. So this is what we're going to do. So Frankie's fed. I'm going to do a quick update on what things are looking like so you can see. So this is the vegetable soup mix, which is all complete and done. This one is the leek and potato, which I think I've got a couple of carrots in it because I've been swatching the spoons back and forward. And then this is how my bolognese is looking at the minute. It's looking great. So everything's cooking down nicely. So chicken is doing lovely as well. It's looking great actually. Okay, clean. Everything's all cleaned up and stuff from creating the mess. Just got some dishes to do, which I will do in a second, and I need to swap over the washings while I'm doing that as well. So I'm going to make myself a wee cup of tea while that's finishing off the cooking, and then I'll show you me separating them into tubs ready to put away. It's time to get the leek and potato one put away as well. So our bolognese is cooked as well, so I'm going to separate all that up too. I might actually have to do 3 because this is quite a lot. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be 3 because that's quite a lot of mince. So as you can see, that's just made 3 sets of meals out of one lot. So that's me sorted, and the good thing is you can freeze all this as well. So once it's cooled down, you can decide what ones you want to freeze, and if you want to maybe keep one. I tend to keep one out and then freeze the other two so that they're in the freezer ready to go. What I do need to buy actually is like a label maker, and actually label up what the dates are from when I made them, and that should keep me better, like that should keep me right for how long I can keep them for, because they tend to keep in the freezer for at least a month after you've cooked them. So at the minute, this is how it's all looking. I've still got the chicken to come out, and then once the chicken's out and cooled, I'll then separate all that and I'll show you that as well. But as you can see, I've got potato and leek, I've got vegetable and vegetable, and I've got 3 sets of the bolognese, which is great because again, like I've just said, I'm probably going to freeze these 2 soups, and I'm going to keep those 2 in the fridge, and I'm going to keep one of these in the fridge, and I'm going to freeze 2 of these as well. But you have to wait until they're completely cooled before you can do that, because if you do it too soon, you'll cause bacteria to fester inside, so make sure you're not putting them in too early. I'll catch you back up when the chicken is finished, and then we'll finish up this wee video. Look at that. So chicken is done. I'm going to leave up here to cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to slice that up and put that away in a container as well. And there we have it. Meal prep complete. Soup, bolognese, and loads of chicken to kind of munch and eat between me and Frankie. Yeah, obviously like I have other things that I'll make with that, pastas and things like that as well, and then obviously I've got chicken so I can have some of the vegetables that are in there, like my green beans. I've got obviously some staple things in the cupboard and that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much my meal prep done for the week. So that is it for my meal prep video. I hope you have enjoyed it and taken a little inspiration from it. If you have, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe if you can. It'd be amazing. I would really appreciate you guys following along my journey with me, and little Frankie of course. So until next time,